What's up, everybody? Welcome to Down in the Den After Dark, aka 80 Live. We are here today with most of the After Dark crew, some special guests, and we're about to have a live broadcast. We're about to have a blast. We're going to have fun. I want to hear from you on this topic because, man, we're going to dig into it. It's been all over Black Twitter or Black Hats or whatever the hell they want to call it, all over the social media sphere, Instagram, TikTok. The queen of body positivity has been put on blast. You see it on the banner, man. She is being accused of sexual harassment. She has been accused of making a toxic environment in the workplace. And we're going to dig into it. We're going to get some ideas of what you think. We want to hear from you. We're going to get some comment from some special guests. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce the crew that's going to be chiming in. And we'll probably have some other teammates rolling in and out of the podcast. But of course, I'm going to introduce my guy, special guest. If you guys haven't seen him on the True Players podcast, you are missing out. He's joining us for this topic, stop in and give his views on the situation. But I'd like to give a warm After Dark Live intro and welcome to my man Don, the GM from the True Player podcast. How you doing today, King?
I'm doing great, King. How's everyone doing today?
Yes, sir. You're coming in a little faint.
Okay, hold on one second. Fix my mic real quick. Hold on.
We're live, baby. It's hey, technical difficulties. They'll happen.
No, you be really bit. Should be better now, though, right?
There you go. Crystal clear now, brother. Please introduce the Down in the Den After Dark crew to you and tell them a little bit about what you do.
Yo, this is your man Big Dom coming live at you. True Players podcast, representing my brother Joey G. We do big things. Talk about sports, finance, relationships, current events, in your face, no punches held. Keeping it gully on the podcast. There's no editing on my podcast. What we say is going to be on live. Doesn't matter if it's politically incorrect. It's going to be on the podcast. So that's what we do. There's nothing rehearsed on it.
Congratulations. You just recently celebrated 5 years in the game. I was a guest on his show. You can see it right now on his YouTube channel, or you can check it out under the featuring Mars segment on the YouTube page. But fantastic host, and I'm glad to have you here, brother. Shout out to my guy Joey G, his co-host on this show. Great gentleman. And of course, you know who she is. She is the queen of the Mars Media Empire. She is the incomparable, the one, the only, the luxurious, the luscious. It new from Are You Mad? Guesting again. How are you? And I spelled that wrong. Apologies to the producer, but it's ARGH. Mad. Please introduce yourself and tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Hello, guys. Hello, Mad Hatters. My name is Nicole, aka Nikki New, aka Nick to the New, aka Cold World, aka Nick Murder. The AKAs are endless now. I am the creator and founder of Are You Mad? The podcast for the people where we discuss all things mental health, mindfulness, holistic healing, and just that introspective work, man. We all got to do it. Every now and then, we just got to do those little self-check-ins and say, self, how am I? And go about the next steps that are needed to get back to wellness. So I'm glad to be here and very interested on how this debate is going to unveil.
Absolutely. And get to the chopper. You know who he is, my brother from another mother. He is the host of the Blow the Whistle podcast, host and creator, I should say. His new page, follow, what's your page again, YouTube? Keeping up with the Kyle Joneses is blowing up. You need to get on that train, my man. I've seen so much progress in so little time. He's about to take over this podcast and industry. You can see his reels, you can see his shorts, you can see him on TikTok, but of course you can see him right here in his home After Dark Live. My man, my brother, Kyle Jones. How you doing today, brother? And now we can't hear you. Oh man. We're live, baby. That's the beauty.
I have that technical different. How's the song go?
We don't do no sound check. We just go live. That's how we do. Say it again.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yes.
Perfect.
All right. What's up? How y'all? I ain't saying all that back over, but how y'all doing tonight?
We doing good. I think I gave him a warm enough introduction. So our brother Big Gerald may be stopping in later. Of course, Short Man may be stopping in later. They're on the West Coast, so they're still early for them. But if they come in, it'll be awesome. But we're gonna talk about it, man. You guys see it in the scrolling bar right underneath me, man. Lizzo has been accused. Lizzo seems like the nicest person in the entire world. From what I see, she's nothing but rainbows and sunshines and flutes. And we all know that public image may not necessarily mesh with real life. The three of her backup dancers, whatever you want to call them, has accused her of a toxic workplace. They have accused her of sexual harassment in the workplace, and they have accused her of essentially being a big meanie. They're saying Lizzo is not what it's supposed to be, and I want to hear what you guys think. So I want to start with my man, Big Dom. I know you got some views on this topic, man. Is she wrong? Is she faking the funk? Is she not really the queen of nice? Is she, or is these people just some angry employees that are mad things didn't go their way, and now they're trying to defile her besmirch her name, if you will? What do you think, Dom? I need to know.
Listen, when it comes to this music business, everyone puts up a facade on stage. You don't know what you see behind the scenes. So they may come off as sweet and nice in front of you in the interviews and all that stuff, but behind the cameras is what you see the truth. And what the dancers did, what she made the dancers do during that concert, from what I saw, was wild. That was probably the first time I seen Lizzo's picture. That was the first time I seen her picture. I was like, that's Lizzo? But she kind of big, But yeah, I mean, anything to get that paper, these artists are going to do whatever it takes to get that paper. And then when the cameras are off, they're going to go back to being who they really are. That's my opinion on that.
Kyle, what do you think, man? So I have some views, but I want to get everybody else's views before I check in on this. What do you think? Just in case you guys are just tuning in, those in TV land, these are the accusations, and I just watched it before we went on to TMZ to make sure I got it fresh. So the three dancers said that she harassed them about gaining weight, which, she harassed them about gaining weight. They also said that they took them to a strip club, and they were forced to part. That's where the sexual harassment comes in. They were forced to partake in the reindeer games, if you will, at the strip club and touch strippers and do things of that nature. And then they're saying her workplace was extremely toxic, that she was extremely demanding. It was a situation where, there was no love, no light, no fun in the workplace. So Kyle, I know you got something for me, man. What do you think?
And they got a lawsuit on what basis? All right, so let's break it all down. So first thing, they went to a strip club and were made to touch people. Are these people grown? Are these grown women that went to the strip club?
They're adults.
Somebody put a gun to their head?
No guns have been accused in the docket.
Okay, so that's first. Secondly, so what if Lizzo wants them to lose weight? If I hire somebody to do something, you're going to do it the way that I want you to do it. I don't care if I am fat. If I want you to do something and I want you in shape, I hired you to do a job. Don't worry about how I look. Don't worry about what I project when I'm out. You're there to do a job. So I don't think she did anything wrong. I don't think she should be canceled. Is she hypocritical? Yeah, but who isn't? Like, who don't go out here and project something in life and then you look at them behind the scenes and there's something totally different. They're the thing that they were against, outside. So I don't think she did anything wrong. I mean, I don't even like Lizzo, so she cool with me.
How about you, Queen Nikki Do? What do you think from the woman's perspective? Lizzo is the queen of body
Body
positivity,
positivity, yes.
and to tell someone
Keyword queen. Keyword.
queen. By the way, this Vice of Choice is brought to you by Heineken. Please continue.
Keyword queen, and some queens have a list of demands that they like how they like their kingdom to be ran. And in her space, given the fact that she's an entertainer, I mean, she wants a certain level. She wants a vibe. I'm sorry, sisters, if you didn't pass her vibe check. It's a vibe check, and it's really sad. Trust me, from someone who has also been falsely laid off. Shameless plug. I truly understand. I truly empathize with them for not passing the vibe check. And there's some things that are right, and there's some things that are not right. But this is an entertainer. You see Lizzo, she gives it to you raw. She's not cutting any corners, and she's never cut any corners for anyone. So for these part of my friends, small girls, forgive me for thinking that they can come into her domain and do however they see fit. Unfortunately, she had to check you at the door. Sorry, boo. Sorry. I feel bad for them for at least. But then you know what I don't like though? But you know what grinds my gears? Is that they went to TMZ, and then because at the end of the day, Black women hugging is a very real thing, and if you didn't make the vibe check, then that's just a personal thing. Go home, figure it out. Maybe it wasn't just your crowd. I mean, I say that you can't dance with anybody else, but maybe this wasn't the one for you, unfortunately. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna digress.
And I agree with everyone. You guys are all right. I thought we were going to have some differing views, especially with you, Nikki, but thank you for keeping it funky and keeping it authentic. At the end of the day, they're her background dancers, right? Lizzo didn't apply to work for them, right?
Exactly.
Free to hire, free to fire country, right? So at the end of the day, most of the dancers, and this one thing that we really want to focus on when we're talking about body positivity, most of her dancers are bigger girls. Most of her dancers are not girls that would be hired to dance at a Chris Brown concert or an Usher concert. They're bigger girls. So she's giving opportunity to talented artists. One of the dancers said, yes, I was gaining weight, but she harassed me for it. They have a budget. And when they have to pay for costuming for 20 dancers, they can't pay if every time they're going to a new city, you're putting on 5-10 pounds, and now we got to build a new outfit for you because you can't. Most people lose weight on tour, you know what I mean? And you're gaining weight. She has the right to say, I want my dancers to look a certain way because she's given the opportunity for them. And then as far as the forced strip club, I can say we've all been to a strip club. I think that's fair. Has any of us been physically dragged into said strip club?
I dragged some people in, but
has anyone had a weapon? Go ahead, dog.
I've actually dragged people into the strip club, and my boy actually had to bring his inhaler with him. But I've dragged people to the strip club. There's nothing wrong with the strip club.
And the thing is, I've never been forced to do anything I didn't want to do at the strip club. Even from the strippers, you want to dance? Absolutely not. It's a powerful, simple word. And then when she said, overall, the biggest thing to me, we have all worked or continue to work in some type of 9-to-5 job. It's called work. It's not called vacation. Work is not necessarily supposed to be fun. If it is, that's great. That's a bonus. I'm sure it's fun for Lizzo because she's designed her work to be fun. You're not there yet. You're just background dancer number 6. Work is not necessarily supposed to be fun. It's just because, and I don't know. She's been Lizzo's been a star now for some time, and this is the first. It's not easy to hide who you truly are. So if she's all these terrible things, trust me, it would have come out long ago. So it seems like they just have bitter beer face to me. It just seems like they're mad because they weren't up to snuff. What do y'all think?
It's giving something.
Surprise, surprise, surprise. I got a second opinion. So that was my first thing. I ain't going to bring everything out at one time. But what y'all think about this? Follow me through this rabbit hole. So Lizzo gets attention for being big, right? If her background dancers become big, she's not the center of attention anymore on stage. So I think that was also a threat to her. Like, all y'all big, I'm the person. It's like when a little kid is in the house and another little kid come around. Y'all taking all my attention. So I need y'all to do what y'all supposed to do and let everybody focus on me. Also, the background dancers see all the attention she get from being big. So guess what they decide they want to do? I want to gain a little weight too because it draws sympathy. So I think that also like played a role. Lizzo was like, y'all kind of taking away from my shine if everybody up here is big. What y'all think about that?
I don't know. I think that was her design, though. Like she said, her whole thing was she wanted to give opportunities to other bigger girls. I don't think the problem necessarily was that she came in, that she was bigger. I think the problem is you're getting bigger. And like I said, I think it comes down to dollars and cents the same day. If I'm the tailor and I got to go to you and I'm like, hey, Kyle, every time we go to a new city, I got to get him new pants because my boy is stuffing up pot pies every day. You know, that might be a problem. And also, if you're not up to snuff, because that's another thing she said Lizzo told her she was not up to snuff. Have any of you guys seen some of the perfectionists that these artists are? Michael Jackson, I'm a Michael Jackson diehard fan, and I've watched This Is It documentary probably at least 100 times. No cap, no exaggeration. And Michael was on those people's ass. He was like, I did not write the song like that. You're not supposed to hit that note. Perfectionists, I've seen Beyonce, get DJs in check. We know Cardi B, if you play the wrong song, she's gonna throw Michael at you. These artists are very particular. But as Erykah Badu say, I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit.
And if you also think about it, the more you gain, the more material I have to add. If you are reducing weight, all I have to do is take it in. But now I have to buy more material, and that probably wasn't even in the budget. So back to what you said in terms of costing, it does cost. And as far as getting sympathy for being big, I don't think people volunteer to be big. I think it's something that usually happens, due to some form of negligence to some capacity. And if you're a background dancer, technically, essentially, you're training. So you should literally be losing weight high key. Like, this should be like an experience. Like, we'll probably be watching these dances as they continue to go on with Lizzo, probably reducing. I mean, who knows? But yeah, it's counterproductive. And it's not good for the brand. You cut off. I'm just
I knew where you're going, Alvin. So go ahead. I already typed it in.
Yeah.
I saw your face light up.
I want to make sure everybody talk because I got a lot to say.
I'm sorry.
So first thing, we see how big Lizzo is, right?
Yes.
Most of the time, your work ethic, it goes from the top down. However your CEO is, that's what everybody else is going to be.
Okay.
How much is her work ethic? If she's that big, they can't be doing too much practicing. Like, they ain't doing too much working out. So the difference between like Beyonce, Michael, and all these other people, the work ethic. And when people below them see the work ethic, they do the same thing because they know they're going to get shipped out. So if they see Lizzo walking around, thongs on, eating Cheetos, front row, ain't got no clothes on, whatever, that's going to rub off to the people that work for you. And then you surprised when they're lazy and gaining weight too. It don't make any sense to me.
Okay, so this is a personal jab.
They try to percolate. They try to percolate, man.
What do you say? Percolate?
Dawg, what do you think, man? Because there is some. I think the weight thing was just something they were piling on. Anybody that knows lawyers and litigation, they try to put as many things in the case and hope for something to stick. Because if you just say I was performing poorly no one ever wants to admit that they were just performing poorly at work. Sometimes you just didn't do a good job.
Nice.
What do you say about that, Dom?
I actually agree with you on that. If you're not doing the job correctly and you're trying to find ways to place the blame on someone else, that's bad business no matter what profession you're in. You got to uphold your part of the contract. If you uphold your part of the contract as a worker, then your case is valid. But if you're not, come on. I've seen it happen in my workplace just 2 weeks ago. I seen this girl rude to the patients, got the supervisor fired. Now, how did that happen? What she did was she sent an email to the HR department saying that she's being threatened by the supervisor. Hindsight 20, an investigation should have been done. And the supervisor lost their job. The rude rep kept her job, which made no sense to me. So, yeah.
See, that's a wrongful termination.
All because, yeah. Yep. But like I said,
I am all. I'll go right ahead. No, my bad. I interrupted. Go ahead.
No, I'm good.
So, Al, I know you said you had a lot to say.
I'm good.
He
wanted her more.
Being big is not a choice, Cal. I don't think anyone chooses something big. Okay? Especially when they have gentlemen
Nikki,
that are so mean and want to say that it is their they've chosen this. I mean, maybe some of the actions, but genetics is also a key factor. We can't rule out genetics.
Did you say some of the actions?
Excuse me?
You said some of the actions?
Yes, I did. I said some.
See, I go with all.
Genetics. What do you say, my friend?
I go with all of the actions. That cookie that somebody eats.
Listen. I cannot throw a plank if what is the I can't throw anything if there's a plank in my eye. Whatever, you know what I'm getting at. Listen, I can't talk because I'm breathing in a big realm, and
you just happy. That's all.
I am happy, but I do know that it is these are choices. I chose, to, but I did due to an injury. Obviously, we don't know Lizzo's life. Can we stop judging this lady?
What you mean, we know Lizzo's life? Like we see it. Like she has no injury. She clearly don't mind walking around with thongs on to sit front row. When she do it, everybody's like in shock. When Keke Palmer do it, it's like, oh, you snatched. But that's a different story. But Lizzo don't care. Like she just want to sit around, eat, be big. We don't see workout videos. We don't see sit-ups because it's going to take away from her allure. After she gets small, look what happened to Kelly Price. Look at everybody.
What happened to Kelly Price? We don't hear from Kelly Price anymore. But is it due to the weight loss, or is it due to something else? How do we know?
It's the weight loss. Like the weight loss is what make them special, make them stand out.
No, their voices make them stand out. As far as Kelly Price,
they'll look right when they get small and start singing. Look at Anthony Anderson. Like they lose that weight, they lose the appeal.
Oh, so you are saying that their beauty is in their weight? Then you do admit that, then?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes.
I like confident people. It remind me of me.
But think about some of the bigger stars. They all had that in common. They were confident. Biggie, Heavy D, Jack Black. When you're going to be a bigger artist like that, you have to have a level of confidence. And if we see a movie with Jack Black and he's 130 pounds, we would be like, this isn't funny. Like if you're built on that I'm sure she has enough money where she could buy a whole new body if she wanted to. But you can't say I'm a body positive person and all of this, but then I'm going to turn around and lose 100 pounds. And that's what happens all the time. And then they say, oh, it was for health. Well, if it was health, you shouldn't have been promoting the largeness from the jump. You should have been like, I'm at an unhealthy weight and I'm working on it. It's something like that. I can't. There's a lot of things that are not a choice in life. Race, sex, those things are. That's you are what you are. You're born what you're born. But being big is not one of them. Like, and as a person that I consider myself a husky boy, I know how I got here. It's called DoorDash. It's called not going to the gym. It's called just one more game of 2K. 12 hours this weekend. It's called, I could have a bottle of water, but let's drink this soda. Those are all things that I did that got me in this place. So I can't, but I'm not complaining about it. I'm like, it is what it is. But you can't say that,
Don't forget the golden.
Go ahead.
Don't forget the golden Oreos too. Don't forget those too.
Oh yeah.
I didn't even know about those, but now that's another 5 pounds.
I'm trying to get off. I'm trying to wean myself.
I mean, we all have our vices. And food is the one thing. You don't need alcohol. You don't need pot or drugs, but you got to eat. And it's hard for somebody to say, all right, I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I eat, in some cases, 1 meal a day. I want it to be good. And so my diet doesn't reflect what you need, especially once you get a certain age and the metabolism slow down. It's rough.
Yeah, I mean that's true. Man, how old is Lizzo?
I mean, she's young. I think she's like Lizzo is literally, and I think she's a talented young queen, and I think she's a pretty woman. But like Alvin said, her weight is her hook. So I don't think she's doing anything. Like, it's not a matter of if she could lose the weight. That's her market right now, and so that it becomes a business decision. Sometimes Twinkies are a business decision.
I wish I was fat and had money. Like, if I could be like, bro, man, I'd be on this podcast when I want.
No shirt on with just some chili on his man boob. Like, it's just negative energy like my man Pussy. Sounded like me.
But you asked, was today workers spoiled or standing up for themselves? Just in general?
Yeah, because I mean, I'm all for workers' rights for sure. You know, I stand with SAG. I stand with, the Writers Guild. I stand for unions. I'm pro all of that. In players unions, because you have these companies that are making, in some cases, billions of dollars of revenue, and they're not sharing it. And that's one thing that capitalism, it's not built on giving people a fair share. So I'm all for workers' rights. However, in this situation, from what they described to me, they just seem like they're spoiled brats. Like, literally, where I work, I've been with the company for over 13 years, and I'm one of the more tenured people because people don't really stay in this workplace. They know I can DoorDash, I can do all these other activities, I can do online. There's so many more opportunities to make revenue with not a lot of people just sitting at one company for 20, 30 years like it used to be. And they're quick to be like, I'm not going to take this. So I guess I'm a little more old school. I'll stick with the place for a while. But are these younger, and because these are all young dancers, are they just spoiled? One of their biggest complaints was the workplace wasn't fun. I'm like, you're at work. I'm going to complain if I'm at a vacation and it's not fun. I'm going to complain if I'm at an amusement park and it's not fun. But I would seem really stupid if I went into the office in the morning like, you guys keep giving me work to do and it's not very fun. And it's work.
Yeah, but it's a new age. The new age generation don't feel like they have to sit unfortunately, like through what our parents had to do. We noticed our parents stick with jobs for long term. They were probably unhappy most of the time. You hear them complaining about it. So I feel like the new age is like, what, if something doesn't sit well, we're in a time of Google, like, where most people want to be employed with a company like Google that gives that puts their employees first. Because generally companies that okay tend to do a lot better. So, I mean, essentially, there should be a combination. I think employers are now have to compete with keeping it in terms of a light work environment, but also still productive. And it obviously seems like women were being counterproductive if they were able to gain weight. See, once obviously the productivity is missing as far as a dancer is concerned. Usually, dancers need to train, and so forth to keep, their athleticism up to, do these moves. So, yeah, it should be a 50-50, 50-50 in terms of the workplace environment. New age, speaking from new age, millennial.
What do you think, Don?
I think this depends on each individual employee. I mean, there's a lot of workers. A lot of workers are too spoiled because they feel entitled to the position. They feel that they didn't have to earn it. They felt entitled to it. It's just a mindset, when it comes to that. And stand up for themselves. You can stand up for yourself if it makes sense. If you stand up for yourself just to be a malcontent, quote unquote, or try to think that you're big and bad, this does not work. It does not work in the end. And a lot of people get away with that, A lot of people get away with that now because they're afraid of the consequences, the lawsuits, the things that may arise from that. So they're letting more of that go on in the workplace with the spoiled attitudes and stuff.
We are litigious. Al, what do you think? Because we are in a very litigious society. I mean, some of the things I didn't know you could sue for someone making you smack an ass at a strip club. That's crazy. Because if I was a judge, I would be like, "Did you walk into the strip club in your own will?" Well, ask me smack. Case dismissed.
And Lizzo Kelly, but
you said Lizzo Kelly.
Yeah.
Oh God, not L. Kelly. Oh damn.
Yo, don't start making.
Let me ask y'all a question. Did the girls catch the dildos though? I'm just saying.
Hey, yo. Was it dildos? No, I think they were forced to touch nude performers. That's what they were saying. I don't know how dildos performers.
Can I be forced to touch nude performers too? I mean, is that an issue? Or?
I beg.
Oh, it depends on what club we're in.
Right.
Depends on what club we're in.
Yeah, if you take me to dicks and balls, I might.
You know what? It gets
listen.
up in those. I ain't gonna talk too much, but it gets real X-rated in those female strip clubs. So I can only imagine. Like I said, I feel sorry for the young women that may have all been a culture shock for them going back to them, but. Because those if it was a female strip club, I can probably see why they're a little bit uncomfortable. I ain't gonna hold you.
Let me tell you something. I'm a strip club legend. I've been to many strip clubs in my lifetime. Mm-hmm. And I've seen women wild out more in female strip clubs than men do. I'm telling you straight facts. They're all into it, grabbing titties, smacking ass, and everything. More worse than men.
It's been a long time since I've been, but. It gets a little. Listen, what goes down in the women's strip club stays in the women's strip club. Same thing as far as your men. We'll leave it at that. I think that's.
I mean strippers, female strippers, not the other one. Female strippers.
Oh,
he's talking about females on other females at the strip club.
Oh, yeah.
Like females going to the man strip club where they got like some light skinned dude named Cinnabons and
They gotta clarify that.
Yeah, with a Shawn Michaels.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
With a Shawn Michaels outfit with no pants on underneath.
No Chippendales. You're talking about
right.
Hustlers, strip club, whatever you want to call it, New York.
Gotcha.
We only acknowledge Disney Chippendales.
it. Okay. Oh yeah.
Sin City, one of those clubs, not.
Oh yeah. I mean, well then, yeah. Women are there for the performance actually, because these women are performing. Okay, like the athleticism is actually. I don't think strippers get enough credit. I think P Valley may have did a good job.
Whoa.
Oh, are we going
Everybody
too
ain't
far?
dancing like
Oh, my
that.
bad.
Everybody ain't hitting that pole. Like, don't they may grab it and like run around, but everybody down with the pole. That's not.
Oh, they're not P Valley in there?
That's not putting them on this pedestal. You said what?
Oh. It depends on where you go. It depends on where you go. You see,
some of the girls look like Lizzo.
I'm used to New York strip clubs, so I'm used to New York strip clubs, so.
And I'm sure that athleticism is there in New York.
What happened?
Oh, I said I hope the production, right? They're doing a great job in the New York strip clubs, are they not? Oh,
I think the strip
I gotta
clubs
think about this. I'm not gonna lie to you. I haven't been to the New York strip club in about 3 years.
Oh, okay.
Actually, the last time I went there, I actually fell asleep.
I mean, that's not bad being that the last 2 years of the pandemic. So,
okay, so P Valley was a glorified version of what goes on?
No, the South is different. Like if you go to Atlanta, that's the mecca of strip clubs.
Okay.
Or you go down to the South. Oh, you say differently, Kyle? Give me what you got.
It's Tampa, my brother.
It's Tampa? Is where is that?
Tampa.
It's the strip club capital. Look it up.
Okay.
Really, I didn't know that.
I think y'all should have made that trip there when y'all were.
I wish I would have known that we were there for a whole week.
Yeah, that would have been times. I don't think they'll allow cameras.
Nobody took me to a strip club, so interested to know. But
just my money.
I tell you what's not the strip club capital of the world, Hampton Roads, Virginia.
Magic City got me through some nights.
Sorry.
Let me tell you, if you want to see a cigarette burn and a C-section scar, come on down to Magic City in Portsmouth, Virginia.
Yeah, funny.
Stab wounds, I've been in those strip clubs in New York too. There's a few of those strip clubs in New York. But they used to.
I went to a strip club in Portsmouth, and there was a baby on stage, literally one of those carriages, because she didn't have a sitter. There was a baby in the corner. Seriously. And I was like, is there some liquor laws or something that prevents that? So, yeah, it's some rough stuff out here. That's why you don't see me partaking in any of the strip clubs.
You stayed at that club?
Yeah, I mean, I'd already paid my cover fee.
He threw all that dirty money on that baby.
I have Pharrell. I keep Pharrell on me. It was fine.
Oh, God.
Little smoke all in the baby nose.
Oh, man, y'all wow.
Oh, my God. Oh, man. So we are almost done here, man. So let's go around the room and get the final word, the final word on this Lizzo situation. Who do you think is going to win at the end? Do you think these charges are going to end up being dropped? And I say charges like she's going to jail, but the suit's going to just end up being dismissed? Or do you think it's going the long haul and she's going to end up settling? So I guess those are the three potential outcomes: dismiss, settlement, or she actually loses. So, Nikki, what do you think?
I think they're gonna have to settle it in court, only because they've taken it so the theatrics. Forgive me. The what do you call this? They voiced their concerns. They've put forth the lawsuit. So I think it probably most likely will be settled in court. Seems it's something that may be just dismissed with just a couple of dollars.
Don, what do you think? Is this going to end up being dismissed? Settlement? What do you think is where this goes?
It's going to be settled because she has a reputation to protect. So the longer it drags out, the more sullied her reputation would be. So it would be her lawyer probably would advise her there's a best interest to do something underneath the table, settle it underneath the table, and call it a day and move on.
Are you serious?
Quackway?
An hour and 50 minutes.
We love you.
Oh my God.
Don't start this mess right now, man. I honestly, I'm tired. All right, don't start this. I'm sorry. Let me say this live. I apologize for being so late.
Oh man. So Cal, we're just gonna go right to you.
Quickly.
Before we let Short Man talk. So all right. So since Short Man here, we're gonna give it a little time. I want to throw this out to y'all too. This is what's so dangerous about the world. They threw all this stuff out, right? No proof. We've seen no proof, and they've already changed how people look at Lizzo. That she's a hypocrite. I'm going on Twitter, people going crazy. That how she's treating them was wrong. You did this, and this. They showed no proof. And that's the dangerous part. We're actually making a show about it, and all of this may be false. None of this may have even happened. And I think that's scary. And I think that if they find out that it's not true, I think those girls need to be brought up on charges.
I agree.
I mean, that's a very valid point. So before we go around the room and address Cal, you know who he is, the shortest giant that you've ever seen.
The latest giant.
I don't know why he even came. That's like sometimes when you're so late at work, you just don't go to work.
Nice.
You just call in. But I like that hustle, man. I like that he just came in like, yo, I just got hit by a dog. But please,
I can't.
That little circle struggling to get on screen.
I ain't even gonna lie to y'all.
You better stop.
I came in and I know we were supposed to, but I was like, all right, let me just cook real quick. I was like, all right. And then I ended up cooking and doing some other stuff, and I totally forgot. So that's my bad.
Oh, okay. He said, yeah, I got 2 minutes. I'm cooking 3-course meal.
Yeah.
Hey, the bad part about it, because I'm cooking for my team for tomorrow, so I did cook a lot of food. So that's my bad.
But Short Man, please introduce yourself to the viewers and let them know where they can find you on social media, what you think about the I'll just go through all the topics real quick, and we'll just have like 30 minutes of you just telling us your opinions. Go ahead.
So, you know who it is. It's the short one. It's the Short Man of Off Punishment Podcast. You can catch me on Blow the Whistle Sports, whipping Kyle Jones's ass every week. And you can always catch me on Down in the Den After Dark with the bros. Social media on Instagram, Shortman8300, same as TikTok. And getting into Lizzo, I love Lizzo. And if people out here slandering her with these lies, they might have to answer to me about this, because Lizzo is an icon. And I see how people are, like Kyle said, it's no proof and it's kind of messed up, and she can't really do or say anything about it. She just got to kind of lay low until all of the accusations come out. You know what I mean? And it's kind of messed up, because when you're in this limelight, people can just say anything and put a bad name on you. And it's kind of fucked up. And honestly, it's clout chasing. And people trying to do anything for a little bit of 15 minutes of fame. And honestly, that's just lame. Like, people need to get their life together. You know what I'm saying? Like, if she has not done these things, why would you put that jacket on her to try to wear? You know what I'm saying? There's way more other people out there in this entertainment world that have done some real foul stuff that y'all know about, and y'all swept that shit under the rug. But y'all want to say stuff and try to drag her through the mud. But y'all ain't said something about a lot of these entertainers that's from in the late to now that's doing real foul ass shit, and ain't nobody saying nothing. Everybody like, oh, they're such a great actor, they're such a great singer, they this and that. Nah, put that jacket on their ass.
I just got this in from our off-screen producer. We have to talk about some charges that may be pressed, and it may end up going viral. Let's talk about Al just putting on that lip gloss. I know we're not just going to act
it's chapstick
on camera and Diddy himself on camera and do the fucker.
You see the sign?
He was done.
No, that's fucked up.
You don't give him the criminal
So
You got me cross dressing. Chapstick, man.
My lip gloss be popping. Oh man. All right, Dom, what do you think about what Cal said? He has some valid points. They have, and I'm surprised she didn't have an NDA. Most people, Beyonce ain't having it going in. You say something about Beyonce, you ain't even gonna make it to TMZ. A sniper's gonna immediately. You're gonna be like, "Hey, I have a," and so I'm shocked that she didn't have an NDA, which makes me believe she's either extremely naive or really that nice. So what do you think, Dom? What do you think, everybody?
I think it's the nice.
Okay. I think it's the niceness, man. I think she might be, and it could be a little bit of both because she might have been like, I'm around these people all the time. They wouldn't do me like this, but motherfuckers is foul. You know what I'm saying? They might have seen like, oh man, we put this out there. They go to TMZ, they can get a little check or whatever like that. If she be nice and naive, she could be a little bit of both.
Look how fast they went to TMZ, though. We just found out about this sexual assault. Before you know it, it's like the two girls are here doing a live interview. It's like this too. It seems a little staged.
Only thing I just wish that people were like this when dudes get charged with this. Not nothing with you, Nikki, because I don't think you're like this. But as soon as a dude get charged with sexual harassment or whatever, everybody just jumps to it. It happened. Nobody looks at the burden of proof. Nobody says what Drew says. Well, that person is nice. Well, that person is this. They're putting lies on them. Everybody just said that they did it with no proof. But it's Lizzo, and it's like, Lizzo wouldn't do that. Lizzo's nice, and Lizzo's this, and Lizzo's that. I just wish everybody was afforded innocent until proven guilty.
I agree with you, Cal. But also, same thing with Taylor Swift. Because Taylor Swift, American sweetheart, everybody. Oh no!
It's the wrong day, Nikki. Taylor just gave away $55 million to her crew.
Oh, nice. For what?
She gave her truck drivers for the tour $100,000 bonus. She gave her dancers $200,000 bonus.
Wow. Yeah. But I say that to say in regards to like the reputation and how we feel about her. Like, in terms of like Lizzo is it's like, yo, that's just my cousin. Stop playing. Like, she ain't do that. Because she's so free, she gives the impression, at least on the screen, that she's so free spirited. Right? Why these girls don't even have to sign an NDA. She's probably like, girl, you know what we're about to do. Some girls will make it, some girls not. If you fun, you fun. And the ones that didn't beat the cut, they felt some type of way. Ran straight to, TMZs, clearly. And I mean, the interview was so, they didn't even wait. They didn't even wait. Some people, they have to buy, I think, pay them for the interview. They like volunteered. They came to the TMZ people and said that.
These girls gonna come out with a goddamn OnlyFans page in about 48 hours. Watch.
But don't forget that Lizzo does have a reputation, though, of being hard to work with. Like, she got thrown off a movie set. Like, she does have a reputation of, like, she's super hard to deal with. So
basically, she got diva mentality.
Yeah. Look how if you were a thong to a basketball game and you that big, you got diva mentality.
I would say a little maybe a confidence of and fuck what the world talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, people have criticized heavier set women for so many years. She kind of like, hey, I'm me. You gonna love me or hate me, whatever. I'm gonna be me. So maybe that thong was like just her like kind of exposing like shit. It is what it is. I can look sexy in this too.
I agree with it, but you can't do both. You can't wear that and then cry when the criticism comes and play victim. You're gonna be one. You can either have the confidence to wear it and stand on what you do, or you're gonna play victim. She does both. Like she'll do something, and then it's like, and that's honestly this generation. It goes back to Sean's question about our work of spoiled. People do stuff and then say, "Don't criticize what I do. You can't have an opinion of what I do," but you did it in the public eye. You're gonna get a public opinion.
That is true. That is true. You are absolutely correct. But everybody need to leave Lizzo the fuck alone, Steven.
Hey, you call her an icon? Like, you come on the show tripping.
Hey, what other larger woman has come out with so much confidence besides Lizzo. She's really like helped a lot of the
Monique. Yeah,
Monique was the
right.
first.
But Monique didn't do what Lizzo has
Oh
done
no, in
in
terms of
that
the
sense.
dressing.
In the sexuality form, as I'm saying. Monique she expressed with a big girl. She showed the voluptuous, she was her. That she could still pull a man and all of that and whatever. She still looked good if she big or whatever. You know what I mean? But as I'm saying for Lizzo, she's come out more with sexuality, like in a 2-piece bathing suit. It was a thing where the society used to always say a larger set woman shouldn't wear a 2-piece. You got to cover everything up. You got to not be. She might be comfortable in the 2-piece. You know what I'm saying? And it's men or women out there that think that's attractive. You know what I'm saying? And she might look good in it. Lizzo don't look too bad. You know what I'm saying? She holds herself well, and some people like that.
You got a crush on Lizzo?
Brother, I just love women, brother. I love beautiful women. That's all. That's all.
There'll be another show. We'll talk off air. I never seen that look in your eyes before.
The look in my eyes is called tired, all right?
I've never seen that look in your eyes.
When she put that 2-piece on.
That's silly.
No, but I feel like Lizzo is an icon for that because you see a lot of other women have imitated that lifestyle of.
I didn't want that.
Hey, man, I'm telling you the truth. People have, copycatted that. You know what I'm saying? After she done it. Like they copied Monique with that. You know what I'm saying? Being outspoken and well-rounded and stuff like that. People have copied Lizzo's style.
They're well-rounded for sure.
How about Adele? What about Adele?
Yeah.
Adele didn't bring that sex appeal for the larger women as Lizzo did.
Never mind.
Well, Adele's also singing. It's a different, and Adele lost the weight as well. She's not.
That's true.
Did she?
Yeah, she's not a big girl anymore. But it's ironic because we had asked Dom and everybody answered 6 times before Dom. So I'm sorry, brother. We talk
all right.
here. We talk up
It's
here.
so rude that way.
Please give us your views.
I think the reason why Lizzo is getting sued by these dancers is basically a failure of her management. Why hire dancers when you didn't have an NDA? That's something you gotta protect yourself at all times. Doesn't matter if you're nice or not. It's just you gotta protect yourself because you are the prize. These girls are just there to work for you and provide as addition to your show. Gotta protect yourself.
That's
naive on her part.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
That is a huge, huge point. The fact that they are even legally able to go public, they should have had someone on their team as soon as there was a murmur or rumor of any dysfunction that, remember this contract you signed right here? The fact that you go there and you don't go through mitigation or any of the other things that most companies do and make you sign, even when you look in your own professional contract of employment, a lot of times it says right there on acceptance of this job, you agree to go through us through mitigation before we go to litigation. So the fact that she didn't have that, and that's what I'm assuming for the fact that they were able to do it, and even file suit, shows that somebody on her team didn't have her best interest in heart, because this is not something that is a Hollywood secret. This is something that on the lowest of levels you should have to protect yourself, period.
But it also could be a setup too. Somebody could have something against her around in her team, and they like, hey, this is what we're gonna do to get her.
That's true.
These charges brought to you by Drew.
My thing is, where's that cease and desist letter on Lizzo's part? Where's that?
I'm with you, man. Brother Don, we got a business that we run and we have to cross our T's and dot our I's. And I'll be really, this is actually not a good look. This is not a good look that actually did get this far. Once you put it in that perspective, a little sloppy, low-key, high-key.
Yeah.
It seemed the backup dancers was more on game than she was.
I hope she let them talk. Because I think any move she makes, she look bad. If she started throwing cease and desist and had them sign NDAs and all that, it's gonna make it look like that she had something to hide. They may be able to talk. It makes you more think that it didn't happen. That's why they're able to talk about it, because you're talking about something that actually didn't happen.
Well, right. I think NDA is more so when, like, if you're going to be going to things like strip clubs, you know, the NDA, I think that's because she already knows she's doing outlandish things. So that's where, you know, your team is like, you know, maybe these girls should sign this NDA before they go, you know, or we'll give you the option too. Or maybe, I don't know.
But that's the thing. If they knew they was going to a strip club and she made them sign an NDA and they just now talked about it, they'll be violating it. But maybe they never went to a strip club. That's why they're talking about it. Cause they're just making stuff up that didn't happen.
Well, they have spoken. They've done an interview. They ran straight to TMZ and they're kind of explaining their conditions. And it just, you know, like one girl was speaking on behalf of the two of them, and
that's the ringleader.
The wellness. It doesn't sit well.
That's gonna be her. That's the ringleader right there. The one that's speaking for both of them. She the ringleader.
So with them getting fit, right? Does it matter in the way that she said it? Like, what if she said, "You fat pigs, y'all need to get in shape"? Like, does that change the whole how we feel about her wanting her dancers in shape? The way that she said it.
I mean,
no matter how. If you refer, I don't care. Dress it up in pretty bows or give it to me straight from the gut. You can't. It's just a thing. You come for somebody's weight.
I mean, I think everyone deserves a modicum of respect. I don't care if you're the janitor or if you're the CEO. So yeah, you know, if she went to her, if it's two different things. If they said, "Hey," and I'm sure it wasn't her. I'm sure it was a tour manager that came to her, but they said, "Hey, costuming department is saying that we're accruing extra costs because we're having to redo your outfits at these short time and you're overworking them because they have to make a whole new outfit for you because of weight gain." Versus, hey, you know, oink oink, piggo, something like that. I think that's a huge difference. So, yeah, I mean, I still agree that we're all human beings, and regardless, we deserve some modicum of respect. So if she said it that way, I think that would be a difference. And we've seen this happen. Ellen DeGeneres all of a sudden went from the Queen of Nights to off the air, even though she said she was retiring anyway. But it's amazing that it's right in line with after all the accusations. Rosie O'Donnell, another one who was supposed to be so nice, and then it was exposed not so much.
Yeah,
this happened a lot with our icons, and I'm not just saying women. You know, Alvin touched on it earlier. We live in a world that are hypocritical, whatever the word is. I've had a little too much of this, but we live in a world where people are hypocritical. That's the word I was looking for. People are hypocrites, and they say one way and they live another. So sometimes it just gets exposed, and that might be a situation. We've all seemed to have given her the benefit of the doubt, but she might just be a rotten person. That's still a possibility.
Yeah.
Well, one thing I've seen in life too is and I'm surprised we didn't touch on this, is that people that have been bullied all their life, that once they get the power, they become bullies.
Ooh.
And that wouldn't shock me either. She's been picked on so long that now that she has the power, she's doing it. You know, she never dealt with that trauma, and she's putting it out to the public like, "Oh, well, I feel good about myself and all this and that," but really inside she's really hurting, and that's why she's projecting her bullying on other people.
Yeah, I mean, that we see it, and we're not going to make this a show about, you know,
what
police or anything, but we see it a lot. A lot of the officers that we hear that are harassing people, beating up people, and then you go in their history, and the jocks used to put their heads in the toilet, and they didn't get any girls, and now when they get an opportunity. Some of my favorite old school shows when they would have those episodes or kids that were bullied, and now they became bodybuilders or they're models now, and they would bring their bullies, and they're like, "What do you think now?" And then the bully would still be like, "You still ugly," and walk off or something. and they would be broken literally broken, brain blown, because for them, this was a moment in their life that was their villain story. It was like, I'm gonna work out every day. And this person is just like, yeah, you're one of many that I've bullied and I don't remember. So sometimes that is a hilarious turn of events where they try to flip the card and then they end up being like, yeah, you're still ugly, you lost weight, but I can't see your face. And so you got a point there. But we are going. This has been a little bit over an hour, so we gave y'all a double-sized episode. I want to thank everybody. It's a conversation that we may have to touch back on because we could keep going all day on this. But hopefully, the truth will prevail. I'm not taking anybody's side but the truth. So if she really is doing these awful things and she's being an awful person, then I truly hope she gets to she's penalized. And if they're lying on her, I hope they're penalized. Because nothing I hate more than someone that makes a false accusation. I mean,
you see that question?
Yeah.
Anybody gonna touch on the question?
He trying to read it with he tried to pull his glasses up or something, but
yeah, I can't see it.
It says, you want me to read it? It says,
sorry for military recruits who command or yell at them and call them all kinds of names.
But that's different though, because you signed a contract to do that. If Lizzo would have made them sign a contract saying you're gonna go to strip clubs and touch people you don't want to touch, you're gonna be yelled at, you're gonna need to lose weight and all that, you signed up for that.
But who knows what's in that contract with Lizzo, right?
That's true.
She could have put that in there, and now maybe folks is look, man. I like I said, I feel it could be possibly clout because they didn't get what they wanted. They might have wanted more money, or she didn't say something. It could have been an argument. And they like, well, we're gonna destroy her legacy or whatever like that. We're gonna mess up her brand. It's happened to a lot of celebrities. You know what I'm saying? And it comes out that person was lying, and then they just go off with their day. You know what I'm saying? So it's so many different scenarios to this. You'll never know. But I believe, and this is my opinion, there's some clout coming up because they're going to be trying to get a VH1 special or a Tubi movie or something like that. It's something going to pop off, bro.
Surviving Lizzo on Netflix, a 9-part series coming up next.
It's gonna be something, but I think it's some clout chasing, man, because they went to TMZ too quick.
I mean, and to touch on, and thank you, GR. Look, I'm blind, so I can't see your writing, but
ZGR forever.
Thank you for watching over on Twitch. It's no disrespect to the name. Your boy is literally blind. The After Dark crew will attest to that, including Nikki New. But as far as the military thing, it's not even the same boat. Certain things when you sign up for, the treatment you're going to get. If you sign up for a sports team, you might get a coach that yell at you. That's the way things are done. If you get a personal trainer, they're not going to say, please lift those weights if you feel like it. They're going to say, hey, you lazy sack of shit. Pick up that weight. And some things are motivating techniques. But so I couldn't really say the same. I personally never joined the military because I know I'm not going to have someone spitting in my face saying I would be in jail immediately because my temper doesn't allow that. So I know I'm not fit. And I thank you for the troops that fight for our freedoms and all of that. But I'm not built for it. So I can't say it's quite the same. Some things require you're training someone to kill another human being if they need to. Sometimes you have to break them down to build them back up. So I'm still traditional in that manner. But more chapstick, Jesus Christ.
Over an hour, you gotta keep them moist.
I mean, he got some work to go do after he get offline.
I see. He talking about all that Lizzo got him thinking. He like, Lizzo.
Yeah.
Well, let's go around and get those closing words. Dom, man, thank you so much for participating. Please let the people know where they can find you. Anything you got going on, the floor is yours, brother.
Definitely. Yo, Mars, thank you for inviting me on the podcast. It's always a pleasure being on the podcast with you. I was glad to meet new folks. I can't see Nikki New, Callie Jones, and Shortman. Am I correct? That's the name?
Yes, sir.
All right. It was a pleasure being with you, sharing the stage with you guys. Definitely, you can check out the True Players podcast on YouTube at True Players Podcast, on Patreon.com. At True Players Podcast. I just put out a new episode called Don't Call It a Comeback. Me and my brother Georgie have been missing in action for a few weeks since our 5th anniversary because of family issues, had a death in the family and all that stuff. So it was a lot to go through during that period. Thank you very much. And we coming back with more content. I'm going to come out with another episode talking about the baseball MLB trade deadline. Talk about my Mets. Get into it about a little bit of NFL. NFL's back on the screen again, so we got to talk about that now. And my New Jets. And I was gonna do a part 3 to one of my episodes, Sacrament of Marriage, part 3. Me and Joji, we're gonna talk about that part 3. I invite you guys to the podcast once I get everything together. We're gonna talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Get new perspective and fresh perspective on what does marriage mean to people. You know what I'm saying? I think we get caught up too much of the ritzy wedding and the fancy engagement ring. We forgot what the marriage was all about. Like I said, a wedding and a wedding reception is just a celebration of a union. It's not a marriage. So I will touch more about that on that episode.
Trust me, I know.
Yeah.
I know firsthand, so
Been there, done that.
Episode.
Yeah, so
I'll moderate your chat. I'll do whatever you need.
You're talking to 3 to 4 C's here, so
okay.
We know, we feel you. You hit a topic. Short man, please let the people know what you got going on. The floor is yours.
All right. Now, I know I was late, but I was on time. So this is the Short Man. Coming up, we got a new episode coming up live with Blow the Whistle Sports. Me and Kyle, we're going to debate, and I'm going to win again because that's what I do. Off Punishment, we'll have a new episode coming up in a week. And I'm going to be doing something with Dub Deuce, Big Gerald in the next couple of days. So that will be coming out real soon. And like I said, catch me on IG, Shortman8300. And you can always catch me on After Dark with Bros. Shout out to True Players Podcast because I watch y'all all the time, man. Like I follow y'all on IG. I watch y'all. Y'all dope, man.
Thank you.
And my guru, my counselor, Miss Nikki New. You know, my peoples. And Kyle Jones, you can kiss my ass as always. And Mars, you blind son of a bitch.
You know what, Drew?
Oh
Cal,
my goodness!
Please let people know the floor is yours.
So you said me or Nikki?
Cal, I said this shit don't even sound like you know what, Cal?
Motherfucker can't hear.
Cal Jones 757 on TikTok, Instagram, Blow the Whistle Sports. Man, we had to do a merge episode with True Players one episode, man. Maybe like a 2-on-2 debate.
Yeah.
Put me and Short Man on teams against you and your boy.
Okay.
Hey, I like the idea. My referee shirt is available. We can set it up. A simulcast when worlds collide.
Oh, that's gonna be good.
Right.
Yeah.
We all we gotta do is make the opportunity, make this set up the schedule. We ready to rock and roll.
Okay, for sure.
Black podcasters supporting Black podcasters. I love it.
We do.
And finally, Queen Nikki New, please let the people know where they can find you.
All right, you guys can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, Threads, YouTube, anywhere, any of your social media platforms at Are You Mad? That's ARGH, you. MAD and TikTok. We have Aging with Grace. We got the birthday ball coming out. We're out in Miami. Fun family vacay with the vacay girls. All right. We have Voyagema's Kitchen. My auntie's out here chefing it up. Check out her vlog. And combos with Jay as well. Plus many more.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And of course, you know who it is. It's your boy Mars, aka Marlon Beardo, the Bearded Weirdo, the Gray Wonder, the curator of culture, and the Should Night of this shit with my Mars Media family members. I appreciate Nikki New. I appreciate Dom for stopping in and bringing in some new flavors and new vibe. You guys are always welcome with the crew. To the fellas that didn't make it to the show today, Big Dub Deuce, Gerald, and of course, the man that partially made it, Short Man. Thank you for making the cornbread for the people and still stopping by to support the fans. To Miss Queen Nikki New, it's always a pleasure, and we thank you for honoring us with your wise words. Kyle, we appreciate you, of course, brother, always being prepared. And Dom, of course, man, we're gonna set that thing up, that 2-on-2 Mortal Kombat battle referee by your boy Mars. I am completely impartial, and I got the best criteria of a referee. I'm literally blind. So who better to be the referee?
Oh my God.
Shout out to Lizzo for supplying us with the topic today. Keep hitting chicks with dildos. It's all good, baby. We love you. And, I mean, that's what I heard happen. I don't know. Allegedly. And for the rest of the After Dark crew, we appreciate y'all as always. Thank y'all. And deuces, we out.
Man, you got hit with dildos.
I didn't hear that. I didn't read that.
Oh man.